It is week 7 and we're facing off against the Houston Texans. Well, in Houston, they're 1-5. Don't actually know what their roster looks like, but before we look into their roster and see who won player of the week and all that, let's take a look at some of our re-signings. We kind of talked about this a little bit ago. Tons of money, but also tons of insane names. I mean, there's at least 5 guys that are asking for basically top of the league money, and there are some guys that are just worth it. Obviously, Kenneth is worth it. 7-year 91. We're getting into like Zeke territory, but with his talent, absolutely worth every penny. Wait, when it says no longer term commitment, it means, does he mean no, I want longer? Because I can't go higher. And if he means I don't want longer, I get that. If I was him, I'd probably want a 4-year deal here, maybe a 5-year, but at the same time, someone offers me a 7-year 90 with like 55% of it guaranteed, I'd take it. But that's me. I have no self-worth. But let's get Mr. DK Metcalf on a 4-year 100, which in today's market is actually pretty good for us, especially since today's market would be several years down the line. And then Jamal Adams is a tough guy to sign. I kind of want to reward him, though. I think this is a contract that isn't the most team-friendly. A 3-year 51, that's what he's willing to take, and I'm glad to see it. And then Tariq Woolen, a 3-year 50, which, I mean, let's be honest, that is pennies for the level of talent he has and just the size he has. A 5-year 90? Yeah, I mean, let me tell you, Tariq, you are not wrong. You could get a lot more than that. So I'm probably going to bump it to 5-year 110 after that, which, what is that, like 22 per, which is fair. Mathe's a weird guy, all right? He's not a weird guy. Like, he's a cool dude. He's not weird, but his numbers, I know last year was really good. This year's really slow. And he has so much potential, but man, he really doesn't dominate the game. However, a 4-year 60 is absolutely worth it for any sort of X factor, pretty much, especially on the edge. And other contracts, Jermaine Caldwell, he's obviously our kick returner. He'll be getting a contract. And then some of these other ones that didn't accept yet, we will have to try again next week. These are the players of the week. Very accurate quarterbacking, specifically from the Lamar Jackson. No real... Oh, yeah, he did have rushing yards. 10 for 56. Not great rushing numbers, but not the worst. Trey Lance, 5 touchdowns. Really good as well. Sacks, 3 for Buckner. And then Lattimore with a pick 6 game, which seems like this would be the easiest week to try and win player of the week. Which honestly begs the question of how did Alexander not win it? 9 tackles, 1 interception, a forced fumble, and a pick 6. Like, he forced a fumble on time. Like, he had, like, parallel numbers to Lattimore, maybe 1 extra tackle than Lattimore, with a forced fumble. They didn't give it to Alexander? A pick 6 for a cornerback is like, that's cool, right? Like, that's great. But a pick 6 for a linebacker, maybe it was just Lattimore had a way longer return. I don't know. But either way, that's that. Looking at our, team, in case you're new to the series or you haven't been here a while, whatever it may be, you forgot from last episode. Some of the episodes are a little spread around. We've got some injuries. Obviously, Kenneth Walker's out for another 3 games. We have a lineman situation, so we have Lippett at right guard, Warmack at left guard. It's a bit of a disaster. There's been some injuries on this squad, and also, of course, our slot wide receiver is injured in Moore, who is very fast. But Caldwell's done good there. If I was Moore, I'd be a little worried. Looking at the defense, one name you really haven't seen much of, and that is Milner. He is a guy that just, whenever he played, he was injured, and whenever he played, he got destroyed. Porter's been pretty solid in his role, but he hasn't even played that many snaps himself, but he looks better than Milner. It's very tough to not play Milner knowing that he has, way more potential than Porter, but it's just Porter's got the size, and that's what we need at that position. Everyone else, that's pretty much basic stuff. Been kind of a weak pass rush season from us, but Chambers has been a really good rookie for us. Woolen, back in his original spot, definitely playing better there. And the defense slowly getting better every week, but that pass rush, like we said, that is the main issue right now. But looking at the Texans, Davis Mills, an 82 overall quarterback, and let me tell you, he looks pretty accurate. Throwing the run and throwing under pressure, maybe not the greatest stuff in the world, but that's kind of what you get when you're a 79 speed, 86 excel quarterback. But he looks very accurate. He looks solid. Kind of reminded me of like a faster Phillip Rivers or something, maybe like a Romo or something, but Tony Pollard, the running back, very fast. Dameon Pierce didn't really get it going this year. Kind of a one-year wonder, if you will. I'm not going to say that name because it's a trap. It's a trap. Wide receivers, a lot of short guys, a little bit of speed there, I suppose. Nice to see John Mechie kind of getting his chance. He looks pretty decent, actually. His route running's like insane. But Cooks looks like he's kind of maybe on the way out soon. As far as tight end goes, George Diggs, 6'6", 86 speed. Pretty damn good catching. Route running's all right. Not a bad looking tight end. Tunsil's obviously amazing. Kenyon Green is starting to develop. Baidaz is pretty decent. Nate Davis is great. And then Jerry McKee is solid. Left end Davenport, even though he's supposed to be a right end. Actually a pretty good player. 90-plus power move. Block sheds easy, like probably about 80. Trey Hendrickson, the X Factor, looks great. Looking at the DTs, Randy Person, he's a good power move guy. Run blocking, though, looks a little worrisome on this team, which is good for us. Emmanuel Webster is he's like a pass rusher. Are they in a 3-4? It wouldn't line up with, who they got around here. I guess Trey Hendrickson maybe. Yeah, I guess to be fair, they are like bigger types of edge, I guess. 265, 270 isn't the biggest, but it's bigger than most, I guess. Damian Gore, super fast. I was about to say they're wasting Christian Harris, but he is just injured. But this guy actually looks pretty good. 79 block shed for a young player is good. 70 zone coverage. Right outside linebacker, Marcus Hooker. Decent speed. He's got to be a pass rusher. He is. They must be in a 3-4, right? Corners, a lot of potential, but they're really not living up to it. You got to remember, we're a couple years down the line here, so you would expect maybe Stingley to be like an 86 by now at least. Hobbs to be like an 84, 85. It's just, they're not really developing. Petrie is all right, and then Curse is obviously needing to be replaced. Tony Pollard, with that really good offensive line, has the 32nd ranked rush offense for this Houston Texans team. I guess we go short because they can't run the ball well. You would assume that means their offensive line isn't the greatest, so they probably have to get the ball off sooner. That's just kind of my thought process. And is that passer rating like what they allow? Because holy crap, this defense sucks. Maybe it's a trap, but this looks like a layup game. Are we going to win by like 40? Like, it really seems like the way they are, they just have no chance. Those are some of the worst numbers I've ever seen. Are they the worst team in the league? They're damn close. The Browns have a 5 losing streak, though. Vikings are trying to give them a run for their money, but wow. We'll see what this game entails. Let's go to the upgrading table, obviously. Field General for Greer. Oh, Lord, didn't go up. That's not good. I want medium, which is why I went for this. 2 to short. He's 89 short now, which, God, he's a good quarterback. Obviously, going from normal to superstar is going to do that to you, especially when it's, breakouts, because you get XP every time that happens. But wow, he is good. Ed Oliver's power, like his block shedding isn't great, but he isn't the best pass rusher either. And with his age, I feel like it's almost too late to get that block shedding up. So you might as well just make him an elite pass rusher until the day he retires. Almost said the day he dies, which, that's a hell of an ask. Kenneth Walker already going to be maxed in elusiveness. Do you just go with trucking? Because it's not going to be possible to get a receiving back all the way to 99, whereas if I get a power back to 99, it won't be wasted, right? Like if I go 80 receiving back or 79, whatever, there's a chance it goes up in power back without getting an actual upgrade. So I think that's the best decision, which hopefully we get something insane. And that's pretty insane. 2 stiff arm, 1 to truck, puts him at 94 truck, 91 stiff arm. What else do we have? A bunch of backups, which I suppose we'll upgrade behind the scenes because they could come in. You never know. I wish that they put a little bit more effort into these things because why are all these things the exact same value, right? Like, even the win the turnover battle, if you're a solid team, that's not that hard to believe. 15 first downs, it's pretty basic for most teams, no matter what the quarter length is. But win by 17 plus, 5 plus offensive, those are insane marks. And hell, even the 15 first downs has a middle ground saving point. Why would you ever do anything but 15 first downs? This I can see. This one's fine, right? Like, it's like, okay, what do you think you're going to get? I'll put 300 plus because, I get 6, whereas 350 is 8, and then 4. That's cool. This one also makes sense, right? Like, you're getting more for your your bargain, I guess, here. What do you believe is gonna happen? And then this one, I also think is a little iffy. Like 5+ rushing touchdowns. Like how many times that even happened in NFL history? 3+ turnovers is a lot. Those have to be turnovers, right? Like, does that count as like forcing a fumble but not actually recovering it? Plus, it's only 3 points. This one may be okay. This one, I guess, may be okay. That's really tough. But it's just like 1 interception or 2+ passing touchdowns is, it's these 3 are the best. So I always go 1 interception because it seems to be, even if you're the best team in the league, you usually throw one and you usually get one. Here we are in Houston, and the Texans are wearing special uniforms. They're wearing all red. Davis Mills with only 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Was he injured? I don't even remember who the other quarterbacks on their team were, but either way, I guess that's good for us, right? Like, those look like injured numbers to me. So how much experience has he had this season playing? I don't know. And I didn't even get to see the helicopters, man. That's the only reason why I even come here. I don't care about the sport. I just wanted to see the damn helicopters. Obviously, the Texans still not over for their season, right? 1-5, near the bottom of the league. It's not looking good. Definitely not looking good, but obviously it is way too early in the season for anyone to be out, especially when they have some decent playmakers. They have a really insane line. The receivers are all pretty athletic, good route runners. Defense, you got a pretty good pass rush. Cornerbacks are young, athletic guys. Safeties aren't bad. This is a team that could easily rattle off some wins and maybe turn it around, whereas we obviously are trying to extend our lead in the division and get back to another playoff, maybe even Super Bowl run. So, maybe thinking ahead too much. Who knows? It's where are you each and every Sunday that matters the most, and I feel like these 1-5 teams are a little bit more dangerous than these, 5-1 or so teams where it's like, this is an easy team, walk in the park and, you lose focus and boom. Or they really are a bad 1-5 team and then we smoke them. We'll see. Either way, of course, kicking off and that ball is gone. 3 points. Easy. 3 points out the gate. Easy money. We've already seen the numbers from Mr. Oh, wait. That was last week. I'm stupid. Okay, he's having a really good year. Never mind. Did I really go full, that? You know what I mean? Yeah, that's interesting. So he's having a really good year, actually. So those season numbers, I thought, were actually just his last game, which means he's really good. And they've got a couple of superstars here. The right tackle and the tight end. Okay, I got lost a little bit, and we missed the tackle. Mooney gets popped by Marshall, but not until a first down. Slippery, slippery little man. Of course, Alexander all over him, and we just missed. I don't even know what happened. Our ankles snapped. Woolen attacks Brooks. Marshall's the only one that has vision, apparently. Although, who am I to talk about vision after misreading early on? Of course, look at our superstars, though. We got talent. And Wosu, maybe not having a great year anyways, but he's not going to have a great game. As Pollard, look at these tackles being broken. 9 yards. I haven't changed anything with the tackle sliders, so it's a little weird to see us miss this much early on. Obviously, some speed, some elusiveness from this team. But I would expect us to have a smash mouth game. We have them beat. Oh, that's a really good move by Pollard, who only gets a yard, but that's all he needed. They do not have the size on us. We are absolutely a bigger team than them, and in turn, technically faster. Last second adjustment, and they will give the sweep as Mechie will go nowhere. Take a look at those notable injuries. Yep, let's keep reminding me of our injuries. Our guards are gone. Our offense is in shambles. Of course, we're still playing pretty well, but got to get away from those interceptions with Greer's. We're forcing more than normal. Definitely forcing more than normal, and maybe take a page out of the book of the Texans here, who have really gone short and succeeded. But here it is now, a 3rd and 2. This is a tough defensive play. We're moving players around, and Oliver's not going to get the pressure, and what a catch by the tight end as Brooks is all over him. You really can't get any better coverage than that unless you phase through him like a ghost, which, of course, is not possible yet. That's my weird scientist voice. Outside looks open. He's going to hold on to it too long, and he's going to take the shot. Woolen is beat, and he's going to catch it to the 1. Was it Cooks? It was Mooney. Oh, my God. I sounded like a French horn being blown at the last second. Davis Mills is like, screw it. Mooney down there somewhere. That is literally the meme throw. That is a proper meme throw. That is literally how you would do it if you were doing that. Of course, You know, the pressure, you know, Superstar kind of destroying Nwosu a little bit. Nwosu gets a piece of him. Did he even knock him down, though? He did, in fairness. Good job. And Woolen, I mean, just... I don't know how much yards Woolen thinks there is. Maybe he thought he was just going to continue running through it to the right, which isn't the worst thing, right? Because Marshall's playing too shallow. That's just, I mean, wow. Woolen's like, wait a minute here. This guy's tiny, and he just smoked me. The world isn't all about height, and that's a good cutback with Tony Pollard being in for the touchdown. A hell of a drive for the Texans to score on the opening. And let me tell you, we showed him our opening as we bent over and said, welcome. Caldwell going to have a chance to return and actually forced to return. And let's get out of the way of 30 because he just broke through like 2 blockers. He was on a mission there. I don't know if he's got like a breakout scenario. It's the story, but he was ready to kill, and I don't like that. I don't like that. Of course, Greer, speaking of things I don't like, that interception total, that is, we got to get away from that. We have to escape. We need to excel past this. Of course, you got Metcalf. Probably really easy to throw to. He's literally right in front of my face. And sideline, we're going for it all early. Patterson, really good sit down. Maybe not the greatest throw because I actually kind of did lead him up the field, but it's a really nice throw to Patterson for 23 on the first play. And this, I kind of want to switch sides, which I don't see why we couldn't. There we go. Nice job. All right, let's see what we got. And we're not even going to get it off, please. Okay, Warmack, who do you think you are? Dude, he's like, we don't need Kenneth Walker. We got me. He one-handed it. Wish he would have one-handed some blocking. I don't know. It wasn't even his fault, but instantly rushed off that side. And there goes Caldwell wide open, who might get the first down. He will. Beautiful play as, I don't think it was Patterson. Somebody got out in front, led the blocking charge. And we gained like 26. Really good blocking there considering there was 5. And, I mean, they just had too many people on that wrong side. You know, if it was Kenneth Walker, you would probably see us running the ball more. But Tanner hasn't, I mean, he's been bad, but he hasn't been great either. But he gets the ball there anyways. They are nowhere to be found. I mean, that's an 11-yard gain. I mean, there's nobody there. Like, that's free yards, baby. Throwing to Tanner, not really running the ball much. I think we're going to fake him out with this play action. We're going to take Tanner again. I mean, I will say, in fairness, we don't really go to Kenneth Walker that much in the receiving game, so Tanner already providing a little bit of a wrinkle that we wouldn't usually go with. Uh-oh. We're going to take the end zone. That is a really good throw, and Metcalf is going to catch it to the 3. You know, it's been a little bit of a weird-ish drive, you know, an under-third pass to a wide-open Patterson getting us 23 yards, and then you have the, can I switch this to an actual sweep? Then you have the sack, but we're making it work. I wish I could just give it to him. Oh, come on. We knew it was going to be a blitz up the middle, too. I held A. I thought it would be able to, like, counteract it, but I guess not. Like, why is that not a thing? Can you not do, like, an option play? Like, why can't I do an option? I also want Patterson to get to the end zone quicker, so I'm going to go with a slant. And that is some trouble. Greer, I mean, that was a straight drop into doom. I don't know how the hell we got out of that without getting sacked. That is kind of absurd. And Metcalf, they're actually playing this really well. Option for Fant. If he's smart, he options to the right, but this might be a predetermined. And we're not going to get any time. Wow, the blocking has been pretty bad. There's been a couple of plays where it's like way more blocking time than I would have thought. More time in the pocket. And then there's these last 2 plays that were just instantly dead. I mean, come on, Cross. How does Greer not even fumble there? Ben Morgan hitting the kick. Of course, hitting an insane one last week. Trying to build onto that really good season. Northcutt getting locked up. And to the outside, Adams gets the pick. Gets the payday and then the pick right after. How do they have such a good start and then just this really bad decision? I don't know what that situation. Maybe he thought he was going to come back to the ball more. Can't even tell if he caught it. That left foot, I didn't even see it. Yeah, the left foot was actually down first. I don't know why I didn't even see that. But that's a pick. Jamal Adams has been him. I mean, throughout this entire franchise, let alone this season. 1st and 10, play action. And, uh-oh. Good try by Caldwell saving us there. Obviously, the DB wasn't actually turned anyways, but that could have been disastrous. Of course, the reason why I haven't, it's weird, because normally teams would want us to run the ball with Tanner. Is why I haven't really run it, because they haven't given us a look to go with. And there goes Chapman, who had a chance, gaining 7. 3 left. And I don't know if I like this. I mean, this could be a timeout. Yeah, I like it, actually. Yeah, yeah. Our blockers suck. Our guards have not been up to par so far. And obviously, the tackles in the past defense department, blocking has just not been good. So they all have their own thing. Alexander with a great hit. There you go. Finally kind of stopping the run, if you will. 3 for 10 before that. Let's get Jamal Adams up to the line. Oliver probably taking the double team and going to the second quarter. I mean, we're scoring, but we're only scoring field goals. And they're also really forcing us to throw. All right, Alexander, let's see it. You're on the blitz, pal. Oh, we left a running back wide open. That's okay, though. Chambers on that. Give him a little bit too much room. I know you never be too sure. You know, you try to outrun him in front, and he turns back on a little wiggle and zig route, and you're GG'd. Oh, there's a screen. Can I get out there? We can. Pollard will not get out there. Porter will lock him up, and that will be a punt. Some special teams plays, but not really any punting special teams plays so far, as we will have a chance. Caldwell back there a bit. It's a decent punt, and there goes Caldwell, showing off the speed. Trying to cut it back and maybe doing too much. Protect that ball, get to the 32. Nice little return. I mean, I get we have a ton of tight ends, but, like, when's if it's a pass, right? Oh, what the hell was that, Greer? And there goes Metcalf running through a man for 9-11. 9-11. Who the hell is that guy? It's not one of their edge players, is it? I don't even know, but somebody is injured on their team. Take advantage. Not super open, but open enough. Gains about 6. Greer having a pretty good, accuracy game. We just haven't really seen a whole lot of openings. And, of course, once again, talking about this run game, really hasn't been one. They are willing to sacrifice in the pass game to stop the run. And please, Patterson. Damn, dude, they're violent in the air. A little bit of a dangerous throw, but I thought he was open, and he wasn't. Let's go with an in-cut route from Metcalf. Quick throw maybe to Fant. And it will be, but the throw is bad. I get the timing on the route wasn't great, but, like, we can have that ball waiting there for him. But here's Michael Dixon time, talking about punting. Both teams having to do it back-to-back. And why is that ball so shallow, though? Lucky not get called for a flag there. This is a little bit of a long kick, I suppose. But to the 15-yard line, Houston holding that 1-point lead, getting the ball back here. 8 minutes in the second. It's been a little of a long game. Some incompletions, some plays that just not going. What a cutback. Adams still in the zone. Huge hit from Alexander. Gained about 6. Their run game hasn't been bad. Hasn't been great. It's better than ours, so what can I say about that? Porter tried to press the tight end. That guy's huge, though. Tried to cut back on the running back. Stepped up, and over the middle is wide open. Adams on the huge hit. Buries him, but holds on for a massive 20-plus yard first down to Mooney. And now Adams is out of the zone. It's unfortunate. Oh, that's some room. Adams trying to hit him. Mafe trying to hit him. 9.5. Don't have experience with 9. What? What does that even mean? What does that even mean? Jesus. Northcutt locked up. The whole offensive line doing their job perfectly. And he will force it. And Mafe gets turned around and just mosses it on his head. Literally domed him. I can't blame anyone but the pass rush, though. I mean, Maffe's not a coverage player, yet he was in perfect coverage the entire play. What the actual hell are we doing? And thank God he didn't cut all the way to the outside, because he had room. He had room, didn't take it. And you know what? We're getting aggressive. It's about damn time, especially since it's probably going to be a run anyways. Let's get Marshall up, too. And Brooks takes the wrong lane. We miss with Adams, and that will be a touchdown. That is on Brooks. Sure, we moved up Marshall, and he probably went the wrong way too, but Brooks had the lane blown up, and he just goes the wrong way. You've got to be kidding me, Brooks. Trap game is legit. Like, he legitimately just ran into... Like, there was already 2 guys on the blocks. I mean, you aren't taking a lineman out of the play, even. You took yourself out of the play without taking a lineman out of the play. And we, on top of it, started the 19-yard line. So this has been a pretty bad first half. And they've done a really good job with just pressing. You know, them up to the line of scrimmage has been pretty good. Quick throw to Fant as there was no one else open, and Fant fumbles on a hit stick. Oh, my Lord. Marcus Davenport is injured. This is not a good start. I mean, what can we do on that? The Texans are not playing around today. Northcutt, come on, Lee. Got to stop this run. We have to. We cannot let them continue to run well. 2nd and 10, risky, but they did come out on 5 wide, so you would kind of expect being able to drop a little bit. Quick throw. That's okay. Double pummel. I mean, I need to see a fumble there. I know it's Pollard. He's an actual running back, kind of paid to be hit, but he's a small guy. I don't know if he's paid to be hit that hard. Porter on the inside. All over that. Trailed a little bit, but in position, and that's good. Good defense, holding them to a field goal finally. Good job, boys. Offense right now needs your help. And I'll be honest with you, before that play, that drive, really wasn't getting it. As we try to block it, will not get it. It's going to be 17-6. But there's 4 minutes in the second. We have a chance to score before half here and control the game a little bit better. Now, if we fumble again, GG. Send it away, whatever. But this one don't even have a chance, which, to be fair, with our kick return today, maybe not the worst thing. And even though they really don't care about our pass game and they don't want us to run it, we're going to run it. We have to work on it. This Tanner will show off some speed, gaining about 3. So far, there has not been a whole lot to work with. And to their credit on defense in the pass game, they're not giving Metcalf a chance. And that is a wide-open Patterson who does catch it. Inches, though. Inside zone. They got some decent defenders, but their inside run defense shouldn't be that great. And it was maybe good enough to get the stop. Not quite. It was close. Come on, guys. We got to do better than that. Like, we just have to. I'm sorry, but we absolutely have to. And that's a tough one. Caldwell. Good job coming back to that ball. I mean, that's a really good throw. Greer cannot make a mistake there. Throws that too far to the left, too far to the right, too far upfield. That's picked. Separation lacking very much so on that play, but strong hands finishes the job. That's all that matters. And that is bad decision by us. Try to go with the touch pass because I just didn't trust the route. I thought the guy was going to jump it, but that's my fault. Should have just taken it. Patterson down the middle of the field. Instead, we're going to go to Fant, who hopefully won't fumble. We'll say, though, with that bad throw, not really giving him, not helping him. Could have spun right into a hit stick. Moving down the field nicely here. Of course, we do have time to run the ball, and it's 3rd and inches, so let's do that. Let's get that first down before we think about anything more, as we're going to gain about 7 or 8. Obviously, they kind of figure inches is pretty much guaranteed. There goes Fant again, powering forward for the first down. At this point, the clock is really not an issue. Screen to the opposite side. Let's see if they read it. Crap, they're on it. Oh, there goes Tanner with the truck, stiff arm, whatever you want to call it. Gain 6. Don't get me wrong, a bit hype for a gain of 6, but, I mean, I thought he was going to break it for more. And we're in some trouble. He's going to just take the corner shot to Patterson. If we could have stood tough in the pocket, I think he might get that angle. I like that angle from him. And the run, I think even if I were to run to the left, I think that linebacker gets there. But we're going to try it anyways. And he doesn't. Nice. Great job. Look at Tanner falling forward. Once again, clock is not an issue, so I'm not calling a timeout yet. Maybe at some point here, but not just yet. Patterson in the corner. I mean, he is tall. Safety's on it, though. And that is a tough one. Dropped. Number 19 did a really good job there. I wish we would have let him out front. I tried to, but slightly behind throw. It's not easy playing quarterback, obviously. Standing tough in that pocket, ready to get hit. But I just need you to deliver that. Tanner up the middle, though. And Tanner fighting hard. I'll call a timeout at about 11. We did it at 9. Greer is in there. I don't want to get too fancy and try to trick him. We're going with the QB sneak. And he's in. There we go. I didn't want to overthink it. I was really about to, and I was like, screw it. Let's just get in there. And normally I'm on team get that 2-point early on so you know what's happening. Don't leave the game up to a 2-point conversion later on in the game. But at this time, I think I don't want to rush anyone. I don't know. 5 points just seems daunting. It just seems daunting. Just Just keep playing our game. Play casually. Don't give up big touchdowns, especially in this situation. Oh, there goes Alexander barreling through a guy and kind of getting in the way. It's an okay finish, you know, really bad start to this half, and then a decent finish. Some scoring drives for field goals, and then touchdown there to make it a 4-point game. Texans definitely making this competitive, though, and I would like to see where the stats are. I'd say we are, yeah, I was about to say a little bit ahead of them. Not by a lot, but a little bit. Doubling their plays, so their pass plays. You know, definitely need to finish a little bit better and avoid these turnovers. Fumble and just, you know, having a punt, which isn't really a turnover, but you know what I mean. Non-scoring drives. And our run on the ups, you know, inside hasn't been bad. I still think you win this game throwing, especially, you know what? Nah, we need more help on the inside. And as far as them, we're doing okay against the run. This could come in, you know, down to who can have the best final drive. And I think you obviously have to pass the ball to do that. And their pass game consists of short to medium, so we're going to go with short defense. And we are not going to have the blocks that we need. Caldwell's going to get popped to the 21-yard line. No real chance there. No choice either. He had to return it. It's just like, why would I want to run on this situation? But I'll try it. We'll see. Oh, what a stiff arm by Tanner, dude. Holy crap, this guy's insane. He is strong. Under center, we're going to be looking. That's a long throw to Patterson, though. But it's Greer. You know, it's not the best throw from Greer, but it's a safe one. And I'd like to think that Patterson should still get that. Either way, here we are. And that's a good throw. Fant will catch that. Gets pummeled, but gains 15 on 3rd and short. Greer's delivering. You know, something goes bad, he comes right back to it with a really nice throw. I like it. I love the confidence. Even in a game where we're looking a little iffy, and Tanner has to bounce it all the way for a gain of 2. Trying to mix it up, and they're doing a really good job. Got the player on the wrong side here, but they do have a lot of help on the inside, and we just have no time. We have no time. Maybe depending too much on the non-playmakers. Like maybe it's time to go to Metcalf. Instead, it's a terrible throw to Patterson, which under pressure caused it. But I will say there's a chance that safety jumps it anyways. I just want to see this play back, see if I miss someone blind. Off the line, it looks like Fant could get open, but obviously they drop on Metcalf. Metcalf actually is pretty open here. Probably does, with his speed, get the first down. Do have that linebacker over in the middle, but I'd like to think that they meet each other, and it would be at least like a yard or two short. I will say at the time of this throw, though, Patterson's probably, I mean, it's close. I think Patterson, that's tough. I don't know. Not the drive we were hoping for, not the drive we needed. And a very good punt, though, will make this tough on him at the 3. There you go, Dixon. Punting it from the 3. Dick's definitely in. Dixon. Dixon. Can you, I know you want to contain the outside, but let's get a little closer. And Adams gets rolled over. Talking about guys that, you know, you don't think of when you think of, like, who's going to impact the game, right? It's like Dixon. Sure, he might make a couple of good punts. That punt to the 3 could be game-changing. And then the fullback on the other side for them making a game-changing run, you know? Although I will say Pollard just got 7 yards on a power play. What do they feed these guys? Like, hello? Like, Adams has a chance to blow that up for a fumble. Doesn't. And then there, had a chance to stop him, 3rd and 1. Doesn't. We are up. And good job on the blitz. Alexander with the finish. Back to the 11. I feel like they have that tight end, but he never really had a chance to turn around, and the pressure got there almost instantly. Good work, fellas. And we kind of ran out of the way, but that's all right. We still get back there. Adams with the pursuit. I felt like if he makes that cutback, you're in a really good spot, for them at least, to gain a lot of yards. So I'd rather do that than anything. Let's give Mafe some help. Nice little inside leverage. Does give up the outside, and Chambers beat a little, but in pursuit enough to force a 4th and 4, and with a 4-point lead back in your own 24, I think you definitely kick this, and I kind of want to squeeze block. Are we going to get there in time? We almost do. Brian at least gives it a valiant effort. Caldwell will have to fair catch to the 34-yard line. Got that sweep going. Got the double team on the edge, so we have a chance to get to the edge, and it works out. Patterson gets an okay block. It's enough to get a first down. And that play had a couple of hesitations in it. Did enough to get out there at least. And now coming back with it on the fake sweep. Maybe a little too obvious, though. And we get some pretty good blocks. Tanner fighting hard, gains 7. And I know we're a team that likes to, oh, this is time to go for the shot. I'll just get the first down if we can. And we can if the throw is good, which it is. Metcalf with a huge stiff arm. That's why sometimes you take what you can get, is you gain a bunch of yards anyways. Metcalf, huge play. I mean, this is really tough because the safety you're thinking might help over on Chapman and Caldwell. With Patterson over the middle, you would think it would open up Fant, which it does. But once again, the interior giving up a rush. Please stop it. Stop it, please. Looking for an early throw to Met. Said it's going to be to Caldwell. No, it's Chapman actually gaining about 9. Nice play design. Clear out a little bit and then hit it. Read options. Up to Fant on how this works. And there goes Greer. Going to outrun him. Look at him go. Smartly going out of bounds. You know, if maybe you're down at the 2, you maybe try to go for it all, but 6 yards away, that's a lot to ask for. Oh, we got some crazy going on here, don't we? This is not good. Oh, there you go. Oh, Caldwell! Turning into Cordero Patterson / Deebo Samuel running over a guy like that. This doesn't look like man coverage. Back of the end zone all the time in the world. Good job, O-line. We'll get the lead. That's some good blocking for once. Perfect blocking. All right, 2 minutes in the third here. They're down 3. Yeah, I don't want to say this is one of those games where you're like, oh, well, early on you're like, what's happening to the Seahawks? How the hell is that happening? And then later on in the game you're like, oh, they ended up winning by 10 plus anyways. But that kind of seems the way this is going with us coming back a little bit. So let's hopefully make that a reality here. 2nd and 4. Near the line of scrimmage with Marshall and Chambers. We have a lot of trust in these corners. Even Chambers, who's the newcomer, to just win their matchup one-on-one. You know, that's not really a win, but in that situation, to be locked up like that, there's a chance that, you know, you make something crazy happen and gains a ton of yards. You know, double move, whatever it may be. So being that close on a curl is not the worst thing in the world, even if you get beat by a little. And we brought a blitz, but they are over it. How in the world? What even happened? did he not like it? He's like, nah, it's not enough yards. I'm going to drop it. We blew that assignment with Adams because we were like, screw it. We think it's a run. We might get in there. And we're going to blow that assignment again. This time they're going to gain a lot of yards. Brooks misses. Adams one-on-one against the tight end to the 22-yard line. Near in the 4th quarter here, the Texans are definitely in scoring range. Will they hike it before the 4th? Probably not. Oh, they will. Over the middle. And that's iffy. The rookie on that. I don't think he would have got the feet down anyways, but that's a bad decision. This is why you usually just go to the next quarter. Don't rush anything. And, man, this is a close game. This is an even game. We've had more plays, but the yards are damn near even. So what tells me is they've had bigger plays than us, basically. Alexander, I mean, he is talented. Cooks really hasn't done much this game anyways, and that is really good blocking. But the D-line catches up last second, 3rd and 1. Bringing the blitz right up the middle. Let's see what we got. Adams covering the running back. And that's a tough route. Oh, my God, what a throw. That is chemistry, baby. That is good coverage, but that is chemistry. You can't. That's unguardable. Unguardable. You don't know which way he's going to go, and it's just right at the end. He just shimmies. Beautiful play. Wow. They're up. It was so good. They're in full momentum, which is a little crazy because it's only 4 points. I don't know. And there goes Jacobson. Not a great throw, but obviously he'll get that and tries the hurdle. Getting a little crazy. Kind of got that Gronk mindset. I'm a big monster. I can kind of just mess around and get away with it. Metcalf to the outside. Ooh, they have that one red. Uh-oh, Caldwell out in front holds on. Nice play to the 42. Great throw. Great everything. We moving. Got Jacobson moving on the lead. I think if we can seal the backside, we have more players for them to go against here. Yeah, that's a good play. Tanner with a ton of yards. Metcalf with a decent block. All the way down to the 5. Huge run for Tanner, and that'll add the average up. Perfect blocking. And I really don't know if I like the sweep here. If we cut it inside, maybe. No, we're going to use the speed, and there goes Metcalf. Let's go. Back on top. Gave him a little bit of a hezzy. It's tough. Metcalf's too fast to hesitate on the defensive side of things. I think even if somebody hesitates, if it's Metcalf hesitating, I think you still just run straight at him. If he cuts inside, big deal. Can't let him get straight line on you. Huge back and forth here in the late third into the fourth. Pretty good game. 1 of 5 Texans team putting up a fight. We cannot get off the block. I don't even know who's covering who at this point either, because Brooks is supposed to be on the hook. Holy crap, this play's gone on forever. And Brooks drops the pick. We were in coverage for so long. Maybe we were supposed to blitz with Brooks. I don't even know. Step up, Chambers. We barely got it up there. And decent hitting, but he's going to gain 9. 3rd and 1. Obvious 4-down territory as a 1 and 5 team, in my opinion. Can't quite run commit, but I'd feel safe saying it is a run. And Marshall will not get it. And wow, what an effort. Dameon Pierce's first carry gains 4, bouncing off of multiple players. 1st and 10, Adams. Some pretty good blocks. Alexander blowing that up, though, a gain of only 2. Pollard with a similar game to Tanner now, and despite the fact that, you know, Tanner had a lot harder stuff to work against, and that's Brooks against freaking Mooney, dude. Oh, my God, what a throw and catch. That tight end and him being Davis Mills are on point right now. 6 minutes left. They have plenty of time, but I will say there's a good chance we get the ball back, so if our offense can continue their streak they've had, it's still looking pretty good for us. Oh, my God, that move. That was unguardable. I'm going to leave him, though. And Woolen, chance to redeem. Drops it. Mooney playing defense on that one. It was in his hands and then straight out. Oh, that's a run. Step up, Brooks. Oh, nice job, though. The change of direction by Brooks on that was kind of absurd. 3rd and 4 from the 43-yard line. Can't get off the block. Adams can't bring him down. And Pierce, back-to-back 3rd down drives on this drive, or 3rd down plays on this drive, coming in clutch. Hasn't come in all game, and yet here he is. 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. Maybe pressing up. Uh-oh, there's some room. And he's going to catch it! This tight end's insane! He just took a play last second, basically off the ground, for a 13-yard first down. That's just insanity, dude. How? How are they so good at that? We're bringing 7. And Brooks, we missed. Oh, no. Okay, he went out of bounds, so he loses 3. That's all right. That was a huge opportunity we just blew, but turned out okay. Turned out okay. Man coverage, why? Why do we have Alexander on him? Into the outside, it's a really good throw. An even better catch, and of course it's caught. These guys are insane right now. Why do we have to talk them up? No matter what we do, it's just not working. They're at the 7. It's pretty good coverage. Back of the end zone. Stepping around. He finds his tight end. No, it's not even his tight end, but last second didn't get it there. And Tunsil is injured. And I think that's like the What the hell is this? Are we even ready? Oh, my God. Yeah, we should have called a timeout. I don't understand what the hell happened. We ran a play, and we were just all over the place. Well, if you like overtime games, I don't think this is the game for you, because I would imagine that's not going to happen. There was a chance there to slip past. But if we want the lead with 3:23 remaining, we need to get 81 yards. All right, a tough task with the momentum bar. I actually didn't even pay attention to what it was. Away team gains less. Oh, that's great. Away team has, well, I don't see deeper receivers anyway, so that's all right. Look, watch. Look how deep that receiver was. About 7 yards. I mean, they're obviously going to be protected in the end zone, so this is kind of situation that really, you know, in our case, I love it, but it kind of frustrates me because most teams let this drive develop, right? Oh, Metcalf, please. Oh, my God, he lost it. He lost the plot. He lost the yards. But teams usually give this up, right? Like, they let him get all the way down the field. It's like, yeah, we can't let him have a one-play touchdown. But this slow drive that they're about to get on us, hell yeah. Obviously, if you have an elite pass rush team, you can kind of get away with it. But usually teams in this situation will give up the long drive because they're so worried about not giving up, you know, the long play. And it's like, well, still got down the field, didn't they? As Tanner is going to gain about 9 on the ground, which will likely take us to the 2-minute warning. I'm not super pressed, and even if I was, I don't think we'd get there to the line anyways in time, but 3 timeouts, 2 minutes, I mean, we got a lot to work with here. The urgency isn't really there, and maybe that's going to be a bad thing. Because I don't feel the urgency. They're also defending this well. I really hate this run, but if it gets us a first down, it gets us a first down. Oh, it's not bad. Trying to cut it back last second. Tanner showing off a little bit of elusiveness and change of directionness this game, if you will. Quick throw. I don't really want to be locked up in this formation, but what can you do? And what you could do is get out of bounds, but Fant couldn't, gaining 8. We still have time. The drive's looking pretty good so far. Going to go down the field with Patterson. This is kind of the look we've been going for all day. But I will admit, yeah, if Fant doesn't get open, my reads are kind of gone. It's ironic that it happened, too, because that was what I was about to say. I was about to say, if that happens, that's where that goes. And this is a tough one. Oh, we almost just lost the game. Obviously, it's still not a great situation as we're in a 4th and 2 look. Got levels, Metcalf maybe to the end zone just to keep him honest. I kind of want to just turn this into that type of levels. Off the line, there you go, Patterson. I mean, they were thinking, you know, not too short, which they should have been just pressed. It's tough because you're thinking of the long term, right? 2 yards isn't the craziest to get. And you don't want to give up the in behind when you're this close, but it's like, I don't know, I think you press there. I think you go all out for that play, and running in that situation's iffy, but they gave us a lane. The clock is dripping here. Probably really getting people anxious. To the outside, catch this, and no! Of all the plays Caldwell drops, Caldwell has had himself a really good game, and he drops a big one. Because now it's 3rd and 6. I'm trying to throw low, and it's a bad throw, making it a 4th and 6. All right, I need some blocks, Tanner. They look like they're blitzing. Caldwell might be the guy, ironically enough. They're blitzing. Caldwell holds on, and he runs. Didn't really matter too much, but timeout, 18 seconds left for the 19. Maybe we were a little bit too reckless with the clock. Maybe a little. Just a little bit, but at the same time, here we are. Metcalf has outside leverage. The safety doesn't help him. And Greer isn't going to get away. That's another timeout. We gain nothing. 22-yard line. That decision and not go for 2 is haunting us. And I think we go to the end zone with this. Metcalf, I was going to go with the out and the in, but this can get us a touchdown. And he's open. Hit as we're throwing, and we're going to miss. That was the touchdown. Wow. That was there. It was there. The touchdown was there. Metcalf still might have it. Pressured again and missing the throw. 4th and 13 from the 22. The Texans might actually win this. I actually kind of like this play. This has several plays tied in it that could score. And Fant! It's short to the 1. No way! He must have stepped out short. Bro, they won't even let us challenge. I need to see this. Did we actually get screwed? I've never had this happen in a game of Madden before. So looking at the play, I think... Oh, Metcalf is probably open for the touchdown. I don't hate this play, though. Oh, so is Patterson. We threw to potentially one of 3 players that weren't going to score, whereas 2 did or would have. That's a really good play, though. And he was out by just that much, dude. That little sliver. That is that you cannot get any closer than that. You legitimately can't. Look at that. Look at this thing. I mean, it's barely out. It's a touchdown if not. That's crazy. Wow, didn't get to see the outro kind of thing because I just really wanted to race in there and see what happened. What a game from the Texans. We just missed a little too much, and we missed too many opportunities for scores. Simply put, the 2-point conversion, if we would have got it, obviously a field goal would have been different, would have tied the game. But once again, that's for different times. You know, things happen. You just never know what's going to happen. Maybe they don't score anytime after that, and going for that 2 hurts you perhaps. I don't know, but the Texans played a hell of a game, and we're going to lose this one. I mean, that's unfortunate. The fumble from Fant, and right there on the line at the 1, he was short by an inch. Like, you cannot ask for a closer game. Like, talking about a literal game of inches. Like, 2 inches to the right. You know, if he doesn't get that foot out, which he probably shouldn't have, he, like, braced himself for a hit. Who cares? Get pummeled. Die if you have to. If you win the game. Obviously, don't die, but come on, Fant. You had it. You had it. Of course, this upgrade for Tanner was atrocious on top of it. And we will lose a game, allowing the rest of the division to kind of catch up. The Niners only 1 game behind. Cardinals and Rams at 3-3 apiece, with the Niners coming up at week 9. So, huge game for the Texans to try and turn their season around, and a really bad L from us to take. Mainly due to the injuries, I will admit. You know, the line wasn't great. The ground game, don't get me wrong, Tanner was okay, but he was a product of his line. Obviously, he ran through some players, slipped through, but he needs a lot more momentum to get going to actually win some, one-on-one matchups, whereas Kenneth could literally be blown up in the backfield and just juke move. And I know I say that, and Tanner did have like a crazy stiff arm right out the gate on a blown-up play, but Kenneth is just him, right? Kenneth is just him. Tanner's doing a fine job, but it's like, it's Kenneth. It's Kenneth Walker. It's like, sure, you could have, I don't know, like Kareem Hunt behind Nick Chubb, but he ain't Nick Chubb, I'm just saying. And even then, it's, Kareem Hunt's probably closer to Nick Chubb than Tanner is to Kenneth by like a lot. But that's pretty much going to be it. That was a hell of a game, which I love to see. Don't love to see the results, but it is what it is. It happens, and we've got to be ready for Minnesota the following week. We talked about the Texans maybe being a trap game. They had potential, though. They had a crazy offensive line. They had a really good pass rush. Got some athletic corners. Jeromepkr, he ended up having a forced fumble in that game. He's huge, so he can close a lot of space. Davis Mills is like near 90 in all the accuracies. He's got some really great route running wide receivers, and that tight end is an absolute star. And of course, that running back, Tony Pollard, the fastest running back in the league. So they have a decent team. They're just not really living up to that potential, but they put up a really good game against us, the former Super Bowl champions, trying to do the repeat as well. That's about it, though. If you guys enjoyed this one, leave a like, maybe subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Second channel, Pkr Plays for non-Madden content. Hogwarts Legacy coming soon to that channel. And I'm not a transphobe. I just kind of like Hogwarts or Harry Potter games and stuff. So, yeah, that's about it. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya!